So I'm just looking at the question. Do you guys think that capitalists would enable a fire? Do you think capitalists would sacrifice the lives of over 1,000 people in order to get cheap property for real estate developers and other capitalists? CJ, man, his answer very clear yesterday.
I don't know. Would they let several planes fly into the Twin Towers, Nick? Would they do that?
So I played this video yesterday. So the same way I kind of expect people to listen to RBN, Black Power Media, Black Agenda Report when it comes to Black issues, we ask you to allow us to lead on our issues. So the thing about that, and this is why I think RBN grows, is we're consistent on that. When I advocate for Palestinian rights, I advocate for Palestinian rights the way I do because of the conversations I had with the Palestinian Community Network, fam. I listened to a Palestinian activist say, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna match their energy, I'm gonna match their tone. So I had the Palestinian Community Network on during our first anti-imperialist summit, and I was like, I want you to explain to me why Israel is apartheid state or not. And they're like, Nick, fam, like you talking about apartheid? Nigga, Israel is a genocidal state. Israel is calling it as an apartheid state is actually being too nice to them. So ever since then, I adjusted my language. You know, this like I try to call them a genocidal state because that's what Palestinian activists call it. So the same way with indigenous Hawaiian activists, because I am one who respects sovereignty. So I played it earlier before, and just for the sake of this segment, I won't play this again because the question and the rhetorical question of my segment today is: would the Hawaii government and would the United States government do this to the Hawaiian people for the sake of private profits, enable the Maui fire? And I got a presentation I think will lead you into the correct conclusion. So this is a video I want to play again for the sake of the segment and for the people who haven't seen it. This lady is unbelievably powerful, and I'm gonna show you guys what she thinks of the Hawaiian state after this video. So this is to remind you who she is.
The Americans, my people, are our enemies, and you must understand that they are our enemies. They took our land. They imprisoned our queen. They banned our language. They forcibly made us a colony of the United States. America always says they are democratic. Lies! That is a lie! They have never been democratic with Native people. They have never been democratic with Indians. They have never been democratic with Hawaiians.
So after seeing this, I definitely got to see the entire speech. So let me pull this up here. Oh shit! I think I gotta get the timestamp pulled up again. Here it is. So here's the rest of the speech. That's the fire part, and that's the part that went viral. I posted on Twitter. They got a shit ton of impressions because people are like, damn, this is what the indigenous Hawaiians feel about our government. People don't understand, and this is something I've been trying to learn to educate myself about. And if you want to educate yourself about the crimes the United States government did against the Hawaiian people, listen to Awani K. Trask. She is absolutely sensational. I'll listen to the speech, CJ. I listened to the whole thing. I'm only going to play maybe 4 minutes of it. I'm not even Hawaiian. I was like, holy shit, I'll catch the holy goddamn spirit. Listen to this shit. The same way that a lot of our white allies and other allies, when we play Malcolm X, they're like, damn, that's powerful. I'm white, and I feel that. Now I feel when I listen to this because we rooted in the same struggle. We were in the same struggle. So listen, this is more of the speech. And this part is actually very, very relevant to what's happening today. So let's start from here and I'll play a few minutes of this.
All right.
I am here to explain what sovereignty is. Sovereignty, as many people say, is a feeling. The other day in the paper, I read sovereignty is aloha. It's love. Later on, someone said it's pride. No. Sovereignty is government. Sovereignty is government. It is an attribute of nationhood. We already have aloha. We already have pride. We already know who we are. Are we sovereign? No, because we don't have a government, because we don't control a land base.
Now remember why the West hates the Chinese peace proposal that every single country, the majority of countries in Africa and the global South, Lula sung the praises of the Chinese peace proposal because they called to recognize the sovereignty of indigenous people in countries and states. And that's what she's asking for. And she's going to continue to talk about sovereignty here.
Sovereignty is not a feeling. It is the power of government. It is political power. It is politics. Hawaiians are always being told, especially at the university, join the Democratic Party. I am here to tell you that my grandfather helped to found the Democratic Party, and I repudiate it in front of everyone. I repudiate the Democratic Party, just like I repudiate the Republicans.
So Tom Hartman is going to tell her to calm down, CJ. So rest in peace, Awani K. Trask. If you guys don't know, she passed away at 71 in 2021. This was in 1993, as you guys see. So this is 30 years ago. 30 years ago, indigenous Hawaiians was condemning the Democratic Party. Meanwhile, that weak beta cuck, Tom Hartman, is still telling you to go through the Democratic Party. Whose side are you on? Are you on the side of that weak beta cuck, Tom Hartman, or this ferocious freedom fighter? Rest in peace. Let's listen to that part again, CJ.
Being told, especially at the university, join the Democratic Party. I am here to tell you that my grandfather helped to found the Democratic Party, and I repudiate it in front of everyone. I repudiate the Democratic Party, just like I repudiate the Republicans. If the Republican Party gave us sugar, the Democrats gave us Waikiki. If the Republican Party gave us racism, the Democrats gave us another form of racism.
Imagine if she was still alive, the amazing conversations that we could have with this person. Mm-hmm. The same when I have the people from the Palestinian Community Network, when I talk to Nkosi Mandela. I mean, these are people we live. Hawaii is hundreds and hundreds of miles away from me. South Africa, God knows how far away. Palestine, how far away? But we saying the same radical shit. You guys think that's a coincidence? Remember we told you how Marxism came from a critique of Western society and how revolutionary indigenous people behave. That came from Kwame Ture. That's why he said that African people need to embrace the movement of Marxism. I don't know this person's politics, but what she's saying, especially, and I highly, highly recommend you watch the whole speech. This is a 17-minute revolutionary speech. Like, I was thoroughly entertained the entire time when doing research on this, watching this. But we're only going to play a few minutes. I'm going to end around the 5-minute mark, and I'm going to let it continue.
We are not 50% Hawaiian. We are Hawaiian, period. Many years ago, the Soviet Union, now called Russia, invaded Europe and divided it up. Recently, Saddam Hussein invaded Kuwait. The Soviet Union is no longer in Europe. Saddam Hussein has been pushed out of Kuwait. But the United States has not been pushed out of Hawaii. They invaded this place. They brought the Marines here. They took our queen. They put her in prison. Maha'oi haole, racist haole. We will never forget any more than the people in Latvia and Lithuania and Estonia forgot, any more than the Maui of Aotearoa forgot, any more than the Tahitians forgot against the French. We will never forget what the Americans have done to us. Never, 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 never.
You guys see why this is the kind of shit I fuck with? Instead of the Tom Hartman weak beta cuck shit where, oh no, this is the system, we got to take it. No, she's calling for for us to fight the system. She organized a Hawaii indigenous sovereignty movement, and she explains it throughout the video. The people that fought her, she fought for it, even though the establishment is against her. This is the revolutionary energy that we need on the left, not the weak shit you hear from Kyle Kulinski and the NATO left.
The Americans, my people, are our enemies, and you must understand that. This is from the clip.
So we almost done.
They took our land. They imprisoned our queen. They banned our language. They forcibly made us a colony of the United States. America always says they are democratic. Lies! That is a lie! They have never been democratic with Native people. They have never been democratic with Indians. They have never been democratic with Hawaiians. The United States of America is the most powerful imperialist country in the world. In the world. They control the United Nations.
Then she continued to go on this and talk about United States imperialism. You see how the real left is focused on this, CJ? And why I'm offended when the white left try to replace what it means to be a socialist and what it means to be on the left. When you're a revolutionary, whatever you want to define what it means to be on the left, let's keep it very vague. You're a revolutionary calling for sovereignty for your people. You're calling out imperialism the way that she does. You're not doing this shit like, oh yeah, AOC voted for Ukraine war. Oh well. You don't tolerate that. So I want to show you that video because that was an amazing video. And trust me, I have a path here. I'm going back to the Maui thing here. Because after listening to the amazing Hawani K. Trask, do you guys believe that the United States government wouldn't be complicit with this fire now? Now, if you're thinking that the Hawaii government and the Hawaii state cares about Hawaiians, this is that amazing lady. I think this was like 2 years before that speech. She is speaking about the Hawaii government. And then now there's a reason why I'm covering this, because I'm going to show you guys later how the Hawaii government is now offering to buy the land from the Maui people at pennies for the dollar. They are being complicit with a capitalist land grab operation. So the Hawaiian government is the enemy of the indigenous Hawaiian people. The same way that the Black Congressional Caucus and all those Black coons are our enemies, CJ. And she makes the point. She compares the Hawaii government and the relationship between her and the indigenous people and the government to a pimp and prostitution situation. I'll let her explain because she's playing way better than I do. Listen to this. So this is the last clip I'm going to show you before I show you the Mao shit. So listen to this, and I want you guys to really question whether our government will be complicit in this or not. Listen to this.
Prostitution, if we look at it as a metaphor, applies to Hawaii in this way. The prostitute is Hawaii. She's like a woman. She's beautiful. She's fragile. But you can't have her unless you pay. Okay? So you pay as a tourist, you pay as a developer, you pay as a multinational corporation. The more you pay, the more you get. The longer you can stay with her. That's essentially the metaphor. Now, there's the pimp. That's the person who deals with the John, the one who comes, and the prostitute who's in the house. Now, who's the pimp in Hawaii? The state of Hawaii. The state of Hawaii is the pimp. It allows permits. It allows height and density restrictions to be removed. It allows water to be used. And the higher the bidder, the more you get. So the counties...
Remember that. The higher the bidder, the more you get. Just like old videos of Malcolm X. Old shit that Malcolm X and our Black revolutionary leaders apply today. Fam, she was saying this in the early 90s. In the 80s, she was saying this. And we are seeing it in Maui right now. And I'm going to show you guys why I say that. So let's learn here. Say that again. We're almost done.
And density restrictions to be removed. It allows water to be used. And the higher the bidder, the more you get. So the counties of the state of Hawaii, of the archipelago, bid against each other for Japanese development. So if Cebu Corporation comes to Maui County and says, we want to put up a 4,000 room hotel or a 2,000 room hotel, what will you give us? The county of Maui says, oh, we'll suspend all height and density limits. We'll give you the road in front of the hotel, which is a public road. You can make it private. We'll give you the beach so that no locals can go on the beach, so your tourists don't have to see dark-skinned people on the beach. And we'll throw in a few extra added things when you come up for fire inspection. And that's the way
you guys see how
works.
The American colonial spirit works and how it's complicit with our capitalist system. And now in Maui, after the burning happened, you got real estate developers. You have all these capitalists that are making offers to the Hawaiian people, offering to buy their lands penny on the dollar. You got the Hawaiian government offering to buy their land because they're about to privatize it. She literally predicted this 30 years ago. So there's a reason why I want to show you guys this first. Because I want you, after hearing it, do you guys think the shit I'm about to show you is a coincidence? We almost done. Just a few more seconds of video because I love this point. I love the analogy of saying how the white treat their people like prostitutes. The Johns are the people like Oprah. Oprah is the John.
Yes.
Oprah and all these capitalists are the Johns, and the state is the pimp, making a ton of money selling out the indigenous people to the capitalists. What a beautiful way to say it. Rest in peace to this glorious freedom fighter. I'm gonna let it continue, and we're gonna move on to the current events here.
Dark-skinned people on the beach. And we'll throw in a few extra added things when you come up for fire inspection. And that's the way Hawaii works. It's criminal. It's like a corrupt third world country. And it's saleable. It's sold all the time, all over the world. The governor and the mayor of the city of Honolulu travel all over the world saying, come to Hawaii, come to Hawaii. This is what we will give you if you build huge hotels, if you invest, if you speculate on land. There's no attempt really to stop that kind of speculation and to stop that kind of development and take care of the native people, none whatsoever.
So I highly suggest, because I went on the binge, as you guys see. I was very interested in learning more about the position of the indigenous Hawaiian people. I knew generally about it, but Hawani K. Trask is incredible. Like, she's like a Glenn Ford type character for Hawaiian people. I highly recommend listening to that whole speech and even this entire video. So now let's move on. After I show you that, I know that was a long preface, but I did that for a reason. Because now here's the pimp again, CJ. The Hawaii governor says the state is looking to purchase land destroyed in Maui wildfires. So not only do you have that, you have all these stories where you have the water was shut off during this fire. There's people reporting how they try to use a fire hose and the water wasn't coming out. Now the reports that they cut out the water. And then you have, and I'll pull these receipts up here very soon.
This is. I'm gonna coin this phrase. This is disaster gentrification. That's what this is. It's gentrifying the land after disaster. This happened with Katrina, where they cleared. Just think about. You can either do it the old way, stop and frisk, and get people out of Harlem. That's harder. Or after a natural disaster, get everybody out like Katrina, and then just don't build back for those people to come back. That's gentrification done in a very short amount of time, like this here. Go ahead.
Yeah, so here's the receipt. I thought I had to say, thank God I could find it quickly. I'm gonna find the other receipt where the Maui residents, they're reporting that they wasn't allowed to use, their water was shut off. Their water, not only did this security system, this alert system that was praised as the best security system in the world, it failed. Not only did that fail, the water was cut off. Not only was the water cut off, Maui residents say utility trucks blocked roads as they tried to flee. And now there's also reporting of people, of emergency workers, policemen, blocking escape routes. So, as CJ said, capitalism will always take advantage of a tragedy. I see all this shit, and to me, it's not even a question that they are complicit in this in some way. No, you guys are careless with electricity and allow this fire to start. And then as the fire started, like, we got it. We've been waiting for this. An excuse. We were waiting for a disaster to strike. So if you want to make a more toned down argument than the one I'm making, you can say this. Disaster happens and capitalists will take advantage of it no matter what. So they're going to make it worse and they're going to try to make it the most profitable situation possible, whether they start the fire or not. But you see all these headlines. How can you believe in the official narrative when you see them reporting only 90 people die, and you have people reporting that it was in the hundreds and the media is lying to people, and they were forced to start reporting on the accurate numbers because it was becoming so ridiculous. There's definitely some shit going on. But go
shutting off the warning system is akin to the prison who shut off the cameras during Epstein. You think this is a kid? So now go back to the Hawaii thing. So for those, what do you mean the government? Let's take a little bit of the quote unquote conspiracy out of it. All you have to do is do what they did with 9/11. You see something coming bad, you know what's coming. You could do something to stop it. And you just go, turn off the warning system. The natural disaster happened on its own, and you just shut off the warning system so all this damage could happen. Then you turn off the water, force and block the roads to force the people to stay there and suffer. And then as they suffer, what are they going to be more likely to do? Well, we might as well go ahead and sell so we can get the hell up out of here.
Yep.
Go ahead.
This is look how smart climate change is, CJ. And I'm gonna read that story about the water soon. The fires in Maui seem to know how to avoid the millionaire properties. Man, climate change is smart, CJ. Look at this. That is one industrial ass fire. That is a smart ass fire that's looking out for the bottom line, man. You guys see this shit? You guys don't think? You guys have no question. Look at this shit. Over 2,000 acres was spared, and the fire dodged this area. Get the fuck out of here, fam. And I'm scared YouTube about punishing for this. So I gotta be careful here. But get the fuck out of here with this shit. Now look at this. A state official refused to release water for West Maui fires until it was too late. Remember the what Hawani K. Trash just told you guys. Remember what I just showed you guys. Do you guys really believe that this is a coincidence? Now you got the government offering to buy this land for pennies on the dollar. Now you got capitalists that are making offers to these people to buy their houses to penny on the dollar because they are in coordination with each other. They serve each other class interest, right? So as this Maui disaster happens, you had Joe Biden that finally announced that he's going to visit after taking a beating in the media, especially after saying that he had no comment on this issue. So he's visiting here soon. He will travel to Maui on August 21st. And I am pleading with people to boo this motherfucker. He's offering to give people $700, not per person, CJ, per household. As our government is paying for the salary of Ukrainian government officials at the same week where they gave 2 times more than they get to the disaster relief. So to wrap this segment up, I'll just play my video on Biden and the liberal hypocrisy on this horrible. This is his Hurricane Katrina moment. So this is how I'm gonna end the segment. I'll pass to you for last thoughts. And I have one more quick segment. Like this segment I have not gonna be too long after this. But let me play the video and we can wrap up this.
In a rational society, Joe Biden will be finished after how he handled the Maui disaster. So we have the most deadly fire in United States history that killed hundreds and maybe 1,000 plus people in Hawaii. But Joe Biden can't even take time to comment on it. Can you imagine how liberals would have melted down if Donald Trump, when asked about the Puerto Rican hurricane under his watch, said no comment? It doesn't help that as this crisis was unfolding, the Biden administration approved of another $24 billion to Ukraine. Meanwhile, Joe Biden sent half the money that he sent to Ukraine to disaster relief in Hawaii. You can't make this up, fam. They are literally telling you to your face they don't care about you. So as Joe Biden and the United States government is paying for the salaries of Ukrainian government officials, the United States is only sending $700 to Maui fire victims. The U.S. response has been so horrible that Maui residents have been forced to organize themselves and take care of themselves because the government doesn't care about them. Maybe if they would have named Maui Ukraine, maybe they would have got Joe Biden.
Any last thoughts on this video?
Yeah, you know what? This is the part where it's hard. Sometimes it's hard for people to grasp the corruption of our government. Yeah. Like with this story, you be like, wait, well, what? Why are they doing this? Because they're corrupt, garbage capitalists.
Yeah, I have no idea.
And at any point, I just don't. we have to understand the tradition, the sort of demeanor of these people. The same people that can, chop off people's limbs and rape people and force people to have sex to produce more slave children. That's the DNA that's passed down. That's the DNA. So is it so far-fetched that the same people would allow planes to fly into 9/11, would allow this fire to happen in order to gain some sort of capitalist advantage? I mean, they're willing to kill 500,000 Iraqis. I mean, I don't know what else to tell you for this to be believable.
I don't know why people will look at past evidence, because what a scientifically minded person do, you look at past evidence and you see what that will support the current claim. You have the United States government who committed genocide on multiple people, including indigenous people, including the Black codes, lynched thousands and thousands and thousands of Black people. They killed at least 2.5 million Iraqis, genocide in Yemen, murdered millions of socialists and workers in South America. But you guys don't think they would do this in Hawaii? You guys don't think they would do this shit? Like, you gotta look at past evidence.
Yeah.
They put sanctions on Iraq in the 90s that killed a quarter of a million children in their sanctions. And when asked about it, they said it was worth it. It was worth it. That is the psychopath we are dealing with. And especially considering the history with the Hawaiian indigenous people, I definitely believe that they are possible to do that.
Yeah, I never got around to getting to it, but I was gonna do a I Am the Revolution episode on the Queen of Hawaii and how she was taken down. So I'm probably gonna have to. I'm probably gonna revisit that and do that.
You can do it however you want, but it would be good to have an indigenous Hawaiian, maybe one or two guests that can maybe.
We should work on that. Let's work on doing some joint with that and just kind of giving a history, because it's pretty fascinating. Pretty much some white capitalist men came in there and took over Hawaii. That's literally what happened to Hawaii. They took over just like any indigenous people, Nick, just like Africa. You see a stranger, you want to be welcome. You're nice. And hey, we come in peace. And they don't do that. Oh, fuck that shit. We taking this shit, motherfucker. We taking it. That's literally what has happened in every place that they have gone, these capitalists. So, but yeah, that's my final word.